Good evening, talkers, and welcome to Mouse Talks podcast, where we're coming live from Pop Century in Walt Disney World in Florida. I'm your host, Terry, and wow, I'm in day 3 of what we're doing, or we're visiting. I've got about 5 more days left. But man, it's been such a good time. I was here on day 1 and kind of gave everybody an intro to where we are, and now we're in day 3 and just kind of give you a catch up. It's been great here at Pop Century, and it's been a little crowded in the actual resort, but in the parks it's been kind of nice. Wow, I've been coming to Walt Disney World for a very long time, and it's kind of weird and interesting to see the dichotomy of people who know what they're doing and people who don't know what they're doing. And I am one of those people who plan and then kind of adjust on the fly, and we've had to do some of those adjustments in the last couple days. So, day 1 we went to the Magic Kingdom, which we always do, kind of get that started, and then day 2 we went to Hollywood Studios. It was Alexia's birthday, and she just had the best time. And oh, hey, what's happening, Mark, Kenny? Just wanted to say hi to you guys. Coming at you live, and thanks for joining us. So yeah, we went to Hollywood Studios to celebrate Alexia's birthday. It was her 10th birthday. She's a Star Wars fan, so she dressed in her Rey costume, and we went to the studios, and of course everybody was fawning all over because she was Rey, and it was a lot of fun for that. She did the Jedi Training Academy and got to battle one of the Seventh Sisters, and Darth Vader was there, and Kylo Ren. And if you've got a younger kid that's really into Star Wars, I recommend that. The key to that is getting there early, getting in line, and it is right beside the Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. You do need to get there early and get in line because those positions do get out quick. Hey Robert, how's it going? And we got there, got in line. I guess we waited in line maybe 15 minutes. We got there right at rope drop. They let us in early. We got to go over and get in line for that. And then, the whole thing took about an hour and 10 minutes from the time we signed up. She did get an early spot, and she got to do the battle. And then about 10:30 we were done, and we hit all our fast passes in the park. Got quite a few things done, rock and roller coaster and some of the other things. We came back here to the resort, had some swim, and had a little nice nap, and kind of chilled out for a little bit. Then went back and went back to Hollywood Studios. She wanted to go to Sci-Fi Dine-In, and it was great. She had a lot of fun with that. Then as soon as we got done with that, we went straight out. And if you haven't seen it, you Google it, set it up online, watch on YouTube. But the Star Wars A Galactic Spectacular is the best nighttime production in the world, and we'll talk a little bit more about that on future episodes. But it was just out of this world. There were times I was cheering and teared up. I've got some great pictures from that I'm sharing on the Facebook page and on the Twitters. It's really the multimedia, the projections on the Chinese theater, the fire, the lasers, it all works really, really well. Hey, what's up, Gabriel? How's it going, brother? Well, look, I think my dowdy friends from California are on. But it is spectacular and worth the going to see. We actually scheduled and changed our time, our park day, so that we could go see it a second day. It's worth going and seeing again. I wanted to make sure that our friends that are coming in from Texas later on tonight to join us for the rest of the week are going to get to see it, and so it'll be fun for that. I think we're doing that on Thursday now. We were originally doing that on Friday, and we're doing that on Thursday. Then today we got up, and today was our Epcot day. We got there early. It was really crowded at at check-in. A lot of security at Epcot as compared to the other parks. It didn't seem that bad at the Magic Kingdom. It seemed really busy at security at Epcot. So I would suggest if you're going to come into that park early, get there early. We had fast passes for all the majors. We had Test Track. Couldn't get Frozen Ever After, so we did Test Track, Soarin', and Spaceship Earth. Did all that good stuff. Had lunch in Mexico at the Cantina de Angel, which I'm going to give you a good hack. I put this online as well, but there's the Hacienda, which is the sit-down restaurant that's right there on the lake. They opened that seating for overflow seating during lunch, and go sit in there. It's air conditioned and it's not quite as busy. It's a little more open. You got more room at the tables instead of trying to sit out in the veranda there for the cantina. Real good lunch. We enjoyed it. The nachos are big enough for 2 people to split. So if you don't want to use a snack credit a quick service credit, you can just get the whole thing and split it between 2 people. It's good enough to do that. They also have great margaritas and some great beer, so it kind of is a good time to chill. We went from there. We went to Frozen Ever After, and I've never in my entire life waited an hour and 40 minutes to go on an attraction, but we waited for an hour and 40 minutes to go on it. And you know, I'm a Debbie Downer when it comes to Maelstrom. I wasn't a huge fan. I rode it every time I came. It was, a nice little ride, but I definitely love Frozen Ever After. It's worth the wait. I would recommend fast passing it or going there directly in the morning when you get in. So it's there's a couple strategic approaches to not have to wait an hour and 40 minutes like we had to do. It was 100-minute posted wait time. We waited a little bit longer than that. But overall, man, that ride, they've done a really nice job with timing, with the music. The animatronics are outstanding. I think that the Frozen characters belong in Norway and they belong in World Showcase. And if we can see more of that happen over time, I think Remy in France is a great addition. I think there's other opportunities to bring those characters and those movie things into the park without it being really overwhelming. I felt like Norway still felt like Norway, but obviously the Frozen attraction was there, so it was good. So again, after that was done, we kind of chilled out and came back to the resort, had some downtime, and then headed back and went to Japan, to Teppanyaki for dinner, which was spectacular, where chef just did a great job preparing the food. All the food was very fresh. The sauces were great. They celebrated my daughter's birthday again, came in and did a little chant. Just a real nice, our chef was great. It was a great evening, and it was timed perfectly. I got like a 7:50 reservation. They showed us our table about 7:40, and we walked out right as Illuminations was starting, which Illuminations has been one of my favorite evening shows, and tonight was no exception. It was amazing. But Alexia said it, I say it, the Star Wars Galactic Spectacular edges it out pretty handily. So there's a new king of nighttime shows in town, and so we did that. I'd forgotten that it was extra magic hours, so we went and did a few more things in the park, a couple more times on Test Track, and then we leisurely came home. Buses are crowded at night. Getting back, that might be the only downside, is we had to wait through 3 buses to get on the bus after close. But not having to park or find anything, I think that still Disney transportation rules it all. Came back, everybody else is in bed. One of the things that I do, here's a nice little hack that I do. I always bring we get the souvenir mug for the resort, and then I bring some carabiners down and I put it on the handle and I attach it to my backpack. And then when we go through the parks, we don't really need our cups, so they're just hanging on the backpack. And then when I come back, we just take them off and fill them up and take them back to our room. And I'm going to show off and just hang it on the corner, and it just hangs nicely on the backpack. And I have 3 on my backpack at any time. We can actually fill them up, have them back in the room. I've been filling up with a lot of water, drinking a lot of water. It's been nice, warm down here. Sorry about you folks up in the north that's having the cold rain and snow coming in, but man, it's been beautiful down here. Shorts and t-shirt weather. And that's it. So I'm going to sign off here. I'm going to try to do another one of these maybe in a couple days. I know that tomorrow we're heading to the Magic Kingdom, and then Thursday I've got a sunrise 9 holes of golf planned with my buddy, and so that should be a nice little diversion. Let the girls and the wives go to the park first. We'll go play golf, and then we'll meet them a little bit later. So as usual, follow me on Mouse Talks on Facebook. Follow me at Mouse Talks Magic on Twitter. We're going to keep this up. I'm going to try to maybe I'll do one of these from inside the park at some point as well. I can steal away and do a little 30-second jaunt here. But make sure you follow us on those. If you haven't already, go to iTunes or go to Google Play and download our podcast. Start subscribing there. Tell your friends. Let's get as many people as we possibly can listening and sharing with their friends. We've grown immensely, and I want to keep doing that. Keep up the good work. All right, I'm going to sign off here. Thanks a lot. You guys have a good evening, okay? Bye-bye.